Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Yeah, the world's flipped around a little bit for us. So, seeing how it's Monday and the start of a new week and hopefully a turnaround week, I'd like to see some changes being made. So one of the first changes, it's the end of an era. The Craftsman is going to be going. Now, will it sell? Who knows? Hopefully it will. It's a good running little tractor. It always has problems because, it's 30 years old. But what the heck? Can't have something last forever. The new mower is going to be taking over. It's actually the new old mower. We had a pony before we had the Craftsman. Yeah, we had a Troy-Bilt pony that we bought long ago, back in the late 1990s. Let's see. Nice little tractor. It is 6 inches wider than the Craftsman was. And I bought a bagger, which is now working as a tool rest as I'm going through all different kinds of things. And there is the beam machine. Yep, that's going to be working with the Mack Timber Bear to cut up that big log out in the backyard. When I brought home the Troy-Bilt lawnmower, it came in this pallet. This nicely wrapped up, well protected pallet. And I took it off the pallet and pulled the pallet apart and ended up splintering some of the sideboards, which hopefully I'll be able to use some of these boards as part of the birdhouse challenge for Scout Crafter. At least that is the plan. And then I set about making sure that I had the Craftsman lawnmower ready to sell. So I was working on that in the garage, and I had way too many things in here, and space was tight, and I had this pallet leaning up against the wall over there over where the other pallets are. I walked by it, and I felt something tug. And what I had done, I had jammed a splinter from that pallet into my arm. It was about 18 inches long, and it stuck me to the pallet. I was hooked. Grabbed a hold of the board, pulled it off the pallet, and then pulled it out of my arm. And I thought, oh man, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. COVID-19. What's the risk? So I went in the house and washed it all up and used alcohol and rubbing alcohol and washed up the cut and put some Bactrazine on it. Put a Band-Aid on it and watched it for a couple of days, and everything seemed to be just fine. Well, that was just fine for 5 or 6 days, and then I noticed that I was getting a rash and what looked like an infection. By Sunday evening, it was looking pretty ugly. So that meant Monday I went to the doctor. Success. Checked for a splinter, nothing in there. Couple of stitches, I'm all good. Still holding out okay. Not as full as it was a week ago, but we're doing all right. Trees are starting to bud out. Time of year to go along and trim the hedges and, well, shrubbery. We don't really have hedges. We've got a few little sticker shrubs poked around in places. I've arranged with a neighbor to cut down that old dead cherry tree too. So that's something that's out in the middle of the yard and I can get to, and it's small and I can drop it without a great deal of trouble. So that'll be something to be doing this next few weeks. Cut that down and cut it up. And this afternoon and evening, I am making pork chops. I used to think pork chops were horrible. They were always the hardest thing to cut because they were just tough as the dickens. Well, that was because they were always pan fried in my parents' house. And you didn't get great big ones. You got a little pork chop and then some potatoes and some green beans or something, because there was 7 people to feed. So pork chops were done as quickly as possible and as fast a manner as possible, and they ended up getting cooked right down to being almost like shoe leather. Well, about, 10 years ago, I discovered that you could grill pork chops, and man, are they good. Grilled pork chops are one of my favorites now. And odd thing is, this is one of the cheapest cuts of meat, because these are assorted pork chops that I get at Meijer's. They're about $1.49 a pound. Sometimes they go up to $2.99 a pound, but people don't buy them because they look funny. They taste like pork chops. They eat like pork chops. They're really good. Almost taste like bacon when you put them on the grill. The only thing we do is we put some tenderizer on them and let them sit for half an hour, and then put them on the grill and cook them until they're done, but not cooked all the way through. They're brown all the way through. There's no pink on the inside, but they're not baked like shoe leather. So that is a big plus. I really like pork chops that way. Hope your day is going as well as mine did today. Sadie is on the mend. She's up and running around and doing things. She still has pills to take, and she will take all of them. She has different kind of food to get her stomach working well again, getting her lower intestines working well again, and that will make it so that she doesn't have a problem, and I'm very glad of that. Life can be a messy business, and I'm glad last week is over. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.